Oh no 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 no. Crack twist and Sam's are there. Oh baby, what you feeling is true. Even when you smite my cat, I can see it in you. My love, there is no one like you. Oh baby, I'm all here for you. For you to let other boy go, baby to come see me. For you to left overseas.
All right, welcome to Pikin for the Pikin movie premiere. Oshmoney, what's the name?
Charles Puja.
Charles Puja. Madam, what's the name?
Mrs. Puja.
All right, it's good to have both Puja's family around. And I have just one question for you, sir.
Yes.
Like the movie title says, Pikin for the Pikin. What do you understand by Pikin for the Pikin?
I understand that when it's a Pikin for big Pikin, children should be children.
Madam, is that true?
Yes. That's
okay, if that is true, why is it that Pikin of nowadays, they don't want to be Pikin?
Well, the problem is it's children that are having children now. Because the upbringing, what we used to know, that we have adults well matured and know what they're about, and to bring up their own children in a proper fashion that we know. But today, you see children bringing up children, they themselves are misguided, they don't know. They get pregnant on the street before their time. Adults rape them, adults impregnate them and leave them on their own. They manage on their own, bring their own children up, and they are not properly trained.
Thank you very much. I believe men always observe problems and women always solve the problem. So, madam, what do you think is the solution to the situation?
Well, the solution is just to take care of your children at home. You have to put them down and counsel them, tell them about life.
Show them. Let the people watching from Ghana, from Nigeria, from every part of the world see the Sierra Leoneans are beautiful. Oh, that's amazing. Jesus Christ. I remain Oshmoney John, and I would like to know what your name is.
James Tina.
Oh, she is James Tina on my right. And on my left, I've got Madam
Haja Bintu Koka, CEO of Hot Legs.
Jesus Christ. Haja Bintu Koka, CEO of Hot Link. Anyway, it's good to have you here at the premiere of Pikin for the Pikin.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, madam, I really want to ask you a question. When you hear Pikin for the Pikin, what sounds?
Well, I know that you have, when you're a young child, you have to stay being a young child.
That's amazing. So, madam, you said Pikin for the Pikin, not so?
Of course.
So, can you please explain what you understand by that?
What do we understand by Pikin for big Pikin?
Oh, yeah.
Pikin for really big Pikin. Pikin not for big person like me. Pikin for do Pikin thing. You know, for do big woman thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so really, if Pikin for big Pikin, what are the things that you think they should not do? Just mention two things Pikin should not do.
Okay, well, if Pikin, my sister don't begin at Creole, so we make a
Oh, yeah, let's go.
So if Pikin for big Pikin, Pikin not for the smoke. Exactly. When you smoke enough for this, so you. And
that's
also,
one. Another one.
For the drink.
Okay,
that's. Say you not Pikin, you don't get for the go drink alcohol and come on, you get for stay for be Pikin.
Thank you very much. So you back, give me two things where Pikin for do.
I think say the two things that we Pikin for, like my sister don't say, is very right. Pikin for smoke, Pikin for drink, because when Pikin drink, it drunk. It lead to bad thing. So really, as far as me concerned, Pikin for be Pikin for smoke, Pikin for drink, Pikin for use abusive language, Pikin for no say it they talk to an elderly one.
All right, thank you very much. Still on the red carpet of Pikin for be Pikin, and I am here with Madam
Aisha Josiah Kamara.
Okay, this is Madam Aisha Kamara and Olive. And today we're talking about Pikin for be Pikin. So, the mommy, what do you understand by Pikin for be Pikin?
Children must be allowed to be children.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And you, what do you understand by that word there?
They should behave like children.
They should behave
like children. And
dress like children, behave like children.
Their parents counts a lot.
And their parents should be like children too. So really, what do you think we need to do to ensure that they stick to that?
First of all, parents must be parents, and they must be good examples to their children.
Parents should be good examples to their children.
So when your child is leaving home, you must make sure that there is decency in the way they dress, the way they look, and they must understand that there is a time for every couple.
Thank you very much. That's really a lesson to take home. And you, what will you say?
Well, I will advise my fellow woman to take their children as their friend, because if your child is free to confide in you, then you'll be able to advise the person to go the right way.
The parents should take their children as their friends so that they will be able to have proper communication. The movie premiere titled Pikin for Pikin. That name sounds well, right?
Yeah. It sounds catchy.
It sounds catchy.
Yeah.
Okay, your name must be catchy too. Or what's your name?
No, my name is MJ Sesi Kamara.
MJ Sesi Kachi Kamara. And what's the name?
Of course, my name is Ibrahim Samuel Robinson.
Robinson, you must be Creole. Of course, we know ourselves. He's my Nigerian brother. Any guys with that name, of course, they migrated from Nigeria. So we're talking about Pikin for Pikin today. What do you understand by that word, Pikin for Pikin?
A child should be a child.
Can you say it in another language, maybe?
In another language?
Yeah.
Language?
Local language.
Well, let me say it in Soso.
Okay, say it in Soso. Jesus Christ. What other language do you speak?
Of course, let me say it in Timne.
Okay, say that word in Timne.
Watufed, Oyo Watufed.
Watufed, Oyo Watufed. So smooth. Anyway, we're talking about Pikin for Pikin, and the reason being that title is because a lot of kids nowadays are giving birth to their fellow kids. So it comes by kids should be kids. What do you think we can do to ensure that kids are actually kids?
Well, as first, it has to start with the parents. You know, we need to realize that kids have their own responsibility, and the parents also have their own responsibility. One of the things that I think they should involve into the school curriculum is sex education, because if you hide things from kids, they try to prone to know for themselves. It will cause problems because they will not do it appropriately. They will do it and misuse the way and manner at which they will be doing it. So, but if you teach them sex education,
they will have proper understanding.
They will have proper understanding. They will know that there is time for every purpose.
All right, thank you very much. So you have something to say towards that too?
Of course, he has said all, but in addition, like he earlier said, that the parents should play the role of
parents.
Yeah.
So that kids can remain where they belong.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. It's nice to have you around. Okay. You're welcome. Still at the red carpet of Pikin for Pikin, and of course, I remain Oshmoney John, and here with me I have Ajoke. That's a Nigerian name.
It's a Sierra Leone name from Nigeria as well.
You stole that name from Nigeria?
You
originated
from Nigeria.
Oh,
but I was born in Sierra Leone.
Oh, she's Creole anyway. I concluded.
Yeah.
And what's the name, madam?
My name is Mrs. Lamia Conte Kalawa.
Mrs. Lamia Conte. Anyway, you're welcome to the red carpet of the movie tag Pikin for Pikin. Now I have a question for you. When you hear the word Pikin for Pikin, what do you understand by that?
Okay, we need to go down to the layman understanding.
Oh, yeah.
Using the Creole. And Pikin for Pikin simply means say when you're young coming up indeed you for showcase and show out say you are a child. That's not the basic understanding. You for provide and show yourself out in the world or in Sierra Leone that mean a small Pikin and so many things that will tamper with or involve with are going to be Pikin in them and not for big
Pikin for Pikin. In the first place, why will there be such word if parents are actually parents?
The reason why the word Pikin for Pikin are because of the trend in which we go now in Sierra Leone. Pikin then they behave like we the big one them. They want to take the front stage where they actually for the back seats. Even though yes, we want to motivate them, we want to be in the forefront of everything in society. But besides that, you get to realize that when you come up as Pikin, you know what in a school you remember say you want to be on or you ate. You know what in a school you remember say you have fixed nails or the likes. So the word Pikin for be Pikin originates from the notion now in Sierra Leone, the manner in which the Pikin then they go out of hand. So that's the reason why I make the
Thank you very much. If you will give two advice, what will you give as an advice that could probably stop the act of child behaving like parents or beyond their level of?
I think my first advice will go towards the parents them because the parents can get key role for play in this word Pikin for the Pikin. If the parents then push more and pay more attention for the Pikin, that Pikin most times will go astray or they will be bad in society sometimes. But I can say you they use there's two approach people normally use. So if you use the approach, you can use the approach where you go push them and then you do them back. So to the parents then please, my advice now that wanna continue for watching a Pikin. If you do something, push them small, especially girl Pikin, but ensure you do them back. And so honor the girl Pikin the way they go to school. Pikin indeed for be Pikin. Honor realize say anything where you want. So you send the way to go to school, mama they always they say nothing or they pass you. If you don't eat your lunch before lunchtime, what thing go left again for you eat. So as Pikin, be early you wait till you done school. Once you done, you get so much in the world for make you achieve. But if you eat your breakfast before break time or your lunch before lunchtime, well like that.
Thank you very much. It's nice to have you. You're welcome.
Okay.
I mean, Oshmoney John, and what's your name?
Amira.
And your name is?
Alusain.
Alusain and Amira?
Yeah.
That's so foreign. Can you pronounce it in the local way?
Amira.
Oh, you're still foreign. Come local. Nana, you open. All right, it's good to have you around.
Thank you.
Today we're having a premiere of the movie called Pikin for be Pikin. And of course, it's clear when they say Pikin for be Pikin. But my question is, there must be something that prompted that. So what do you think that prompted that?
At the top point for you.
You're 100% welcome.
Okay. So I think that the overall history, the way we get in the country, you sabi we get the history of civil war.
Oh yeah.
For too long, where child were used during the war.
Abuse,
used for arms to fight in the war. So we already have an environment where child didn't have their rights. So it's a history. It's war. It's using child. Lack of policies, lack of regulations that protect kids, and so it's one of the things that prompted child abuse.
Thank you very much. I'm coming back. And Mr. Alusain, I've always known Alusain and Alassane, so I was thinking she's gonna be Alassane. But you're welcome, Mr. Alusain.
Yes.
Like I just said, the word Pikin for be Pikin. To your understanding, what prompted it?
Well, actually, based on the current stuff in the country, and a very good initiative to do so. Because moreover, the first lady launched about this
Hands of our girls.
Hands of our girls and all that, and I really admire it. This is a very, very good movement.
So when we say Pikin for be Pikin, what's your understanding?
The understanding is that as a Pikin, you're supposed to be Pikin, like for example, you do exactly what you Pikin for, do you understand? Like nowadays, most of the people nowadays, whether 18, 14 years, they push their way to the street and all that kind of thing. You understand? Pikin for go to school, you understand? Pikin for do certain things as a Pikin, not quite exposed to the world out there.
Thank you very much. So, come close, please. The next question I'm gonna ask you is, when kids dress freely, like I'm wearing spag, wearing midi, does it mean kids are not being kids? So let's talk about the dress code now.
I think it's not about what we wear. Honestly, whether a kid or a grown-up or an adult, it's about how the society look at that. For sure, like there's certain dress code that we need to respect depending on where we are, what we're doing. If a child they're having a party where they have a certain dress code, for sure they can do it as long as they are in a very well protected area and where people respect their childhood and respect their being as people, and kids that need to be respected, protected, and not abused. So yeah, so it's not definitely about the dress code.
But it's
whether you're a kid, whether you're a woman walking in the street, it's the culture itself respecting the person for who they are and knowing what kind of limit they should put toward their action toward the other person.
Thank you very much. So I want to ask you one thing. What would be your advice to the parents probably concerning this word, Pikin for be Pikin? Because we're not going to blame the kids, are we? No. So the parents are responsible, I think.
Yeah, actually, like for example, the parents are responsible, take care of them, they look after them as well. And the kids are not going to put too much pressure on the Pikin, when a young one, they get. Therefore, allow them to dress exactly how they want for the person. They feel comfortable in their own skin and all that. You get that's the other thing.
So when kids begin to, from age of 16, 17, 18, having boyfriend and having sex, is it advisable?
What I can say at the age of 16, 17, 18, I'm not an expert in child rights and etc. But I know what is advisable is the way the parents educate their kids. It's the education that the kids have toward their rights, how to be responsible. Sex education is very important. I think all over the world, I would say, kids will start to discover their body. They want to know more. They have this curiosity. And as a human, we cannot stop it. What we need to do to make sure that the people are involved in this kind of act, to be well aware about what they are doing, what they should do, what they should not do, how to protect themselves and their body.
Thank you very much. Did you discover yourself as early age as a kid?
I will not answer this question.
Okay, I just want to know if you discover yourself so that I can learn the way you were able to manage it, because some parents discover themselves very young and yet they were able to manage it. So they need to learn. Those are the things we shouldn't hide from. We should use our experience to educate others so that they can learn from that.
What
so,
I can say is that I learned it the hard way.
Okay.
And which I don't want my kids to be going through what I'm going through. For that, I'm saying education is very important. It's the role of schools and it's the role of parents. Mainly.
Thank you very much. It's good to have you around. You're welcome, brother.
Alright, still on the record of Pikin for the Pikin, a movie shot by one of the superstars, movie actor, director, producer, is in a little bit because our own star is in it. And of course, she's not only into the movies, she has been doing some other events such as the Mano River Show, which got called the 4 countries, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Ivory Coast. So if you are people coming from the 4 countries, and finally this is the winner of the show, you are so lucky. Can you please introduce yourself to the people? You watching this program from different country, you need to know which time you're right. Can you let them know who you are? Miss Mano River Union International. Before she was around that, she was from Montreal. It's a contest that took you 4 countries, and being the winner of that kind of contest, my dear, you are indeed a winner. Tell me about that. So, tell me, how was the journey? She's great. She's privileged. She's grateful, and you're happy. For the music. Now, from Liberia.
My name is Oshmoney. What's the name?
I'm Hajayima Ahmed.
Okay, the movie titled Pikin for Big Pikin. What do you understand by it?
Well, actually, you want me to say?
Well, anyway, whichever way, we're good with it.
Okay. Actually, Pikin for really big Pikin.
Okay.
Yes, and big person for big
person.
Yeah.
Now, before that word come on, there must have been something that prompted it, right? So, what do you think prompted that word Pikin for big Pikin? Before somebody use such adage that Pikin for big Pikin, there must have been something that kids are doing.
Yeah.
So, what do you think kids are doing that brought up that issue?
So many things.
Such as
the way they dress.
1.
The way they talk.
2.
Their general attitude.
3.
Their manners.
4.
So many other things.
Okay, and what do you think could probably be solution to those situations that you've just highlighted?
Is that we let them be children, or we let them be Pikin as they grow up. They should be Pikin. They should be a child.
Okay, how do we make them be a child?
By doing exactly what they should be doing. Like loving them, caring for them, let them don't take care of themselves. We as parents should take care of them.
So the message you're giving now, you're giving a message to the parents.
Yes.
So what message have you got for the children themselves?
The children themselves. Well, really, for me as a child, they haven't much. It's the parents. Because it's what they see and what they do and what you let them be is what they would be.
So most 85% of the blame is based on the parent, not on the children.
Not on the children.
So we shouldn't blame the kids. We should put the energy on the parents so that they can do their job, so that the kids can be where they should be. Thank you very much for the advice.
Thank you.
What advice do you have to give for the kids out there that is already in the position of Pikin for big Pikin? Probably drinking, smoking, already having sex.
That they should listen to the better advices. They should really listen, and they should they should not be thinking outside the box of their parents. They should be thinking inside the box of the community and the family.
Thank you very much. It's nice to have you around.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. And I have this beautiful lady that we've been waiting for. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Can you let people know what your name is?
Pardon?
Let them know your name.
Okay, my name is Hawa.
Hawa. And you're welcome to Pikin for Big Pikin.
Thank you.
And the word Pikin for Big Pikin, what's your understanding about it?
Well, Pikin for Big Pikin means that 18 and below, we should recognize that they're still children, and we should treat them as children, and they should have all the privilege as children should have in Sierra Leone.
That's 1. 2. What will be your single advice to the parents concerning the children so that they can remain children?
It's our responsibility to show that we care for them, we love them, and we provide for them.
And to the kids, what do you have to say to them so that they can remain where they belong?
We all love you, the community loves you, the government loves you, and even your parents do love you. Make sure you report back if there are any incidences.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Alright, we still have the recommend of Pikin for Big Pikin, of course, I remain Oshmoney John. And here with me is superstar from the States, I believe, because she looks it. So tell us what your name is.
Today, I doff my hat off to you, Henrietta, for playing your part in keeping the wheels of progress spinning and giving back to society. Each and every one of us here present tonight is in support of you and your initiative. I know how difficult it can be at times to do the good work in the interest of Mama Salon. I know how difficult it can be to have great initiatives and not get the necessary support to put and be discouraged. That one did throw me off a little bit. My advice to you, Etta, is this: don't give up. Keep fighting the good fight. Continue to be selfless. In the end, you will not only overcome, but you will leave a lasting legacy. I wish you well in all your endeavors. God bless us all. God bless you, Elliot. Thank you very much.
But a vibrant
advocate in terms of gender-based violence, and he's been working with both sides of the coin, that's the perpetrators and the victims. And I could say, because we've been working with her, there have been a lot of results from what they've been doing. And she's no other person but the director of the Legal Aid Board, Mrs.
And you know, she mirrored them so much that even the women, when they came back, they were saying, oh, now so they can give me the team. What would they go so now? Really take Camo. And she was the renegade, the people in society. You cannot even imagine how she goes into their psyche to act the part of the woman selling drugs. And the way she goes to be initiated. So now we have come to Pikin for being Pikin. And I am very happy that we have Marcella, we have so many other strong women in the house. Let's clap for everybody. And we have entertainers, Jimmy B, of course.
Good evening, all protocols observed. I'm Goretti Olatoka, Miss Mana River Union International. So, today demonstrates a huge step forward towards achieving Sustainable Development Goal number 5. As we grace the program making the movie premiere of Pikin for Being Pikin, which sent us to achieving the gender equality. And we all know gender equality states it's a state in which access to rights and opportunities is unaffected by gender. However, it is sad that this seems not to be the case. And despite decades of women, peace and security advocacy, many African states' handling of gender-based crisis is gender blind. Even though we shouldn't have to convene to discuss about equal opportunity, which is a human right for everyone, even though we shouldn't have to convene to discuss about equal opportunity because it's equal right for everyone, we have spent years attending world conferences and national events to discuss about the importance of gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls. And while we continue to talk the talk, the situation of women and girls in the Mana River Union continues. Due to the rising wave of sexual and gender-based violence crimes, particularly rape across the 4 countries every year. In my country, Liberia, over 900 rape cases have been recorded between January to July 2020. A few days ago, young people in Liberia staged a 3-day protest to end the culture of rape. This was a clarion call aimed at pushing our leaders to strengthen the existing laws and asking for rapists to be given more stringent punishments they deserve. It's my hope and prayer that this campaign will lead to results. Just like Liberia, SGBV is also affecting kids in this country as well. I was so sad and heartbroken when I read the story of Miss Khadija Sako, a 5-year-old that was raped and killed in Sierra Leone, allegedly by a family member this year. For how long will we continue to fail our women, our children, our babies across the MRU countries? For how long will policymakers pay a blind eye to egregious gender-based crimes without doing something? It is about time that we do not only talk the talk, but we start to walk the walk. We need to petition our leaders to make stronger rape and gender-based laws and enforce the existing ones to ensure that we end the culture of domestic and gender-based violence in the MRU. Let us fight this fight together and help achieve gender equality in the MRU countries. That is why, as Miss Mana River Union International, my platform focuses on empowering women in agriculture for independence. In conclusion, let me remind our leaders of MRU countries that we need empowerment and not discrimination, education and not molestation, justice and not injustice, and above all, equality and not subordination. Thank you.
all at Rainbow, and the SGB survivors of Sierra Leone. Rainbow, as you all may know, is a local NGO that works with the vision, a Sierra Leone that is free from SGBD. We're operating in 5 districts: the Kenema, Kono, Bo, Bombali, and the Western area. And we were established in 2003, and since then we've provided free medical and psychosocial services to over 40,000 women and girls in Sierra Leone. Today we started with Henrietta to expose and fight a common enemy that is slowly destroying the country. Rape is not only a health problem for women and girls, it has psychological effects that can last for the rest of the woman's lifetime. In 2019, we recorded 3,701 sexual assault cases, of which 3,636 cases were children under 17. And of that, we recorded 598 pregnancies, 4 HIV positives, and 3,041 other STIs. Between January and July of 2020, Rainbow has recorded a total of 2,064 sexual assault cases in the 5 regions that we operate in. A total of 325 pregnancies, 1,411 STIs, and 6 HIV/AIDS cases. And these cases can be linked directly to the assault. Unfortunately, we've also started recording cases of boys that have been assaulted. And as Henrietta rightly mentioned, in July this year, just last month, well, 2 months ago, we treated a 15-year-old boy who was assaulted by 10 guys. 10. Ladies and gentlemen, it's high time we stepped up as a nation and increased the conviction rate. And also we exposed the perpetrators. Let us also step up our efforts to support the survivors, to completely heal up and be reintegrated back into their communities to reset their lives without fear of stigma and trauma. As a country, we've seen an increasing effort from both the previous and present governments in empowering women and girls. And by this, we would commend them for the different acts that have been enlightened. The 2019 Sexual Offences Amendments being the most recent one. And obviously the courts that have just been implemented that we see have had a couple more convictions in the past couple of weeks. We have...
Thank you very much for coming. Let's go upstairs.
Subsequently, the leg can come up behind that. Now they not look at what the Pikin in your problem where they go through. They just focus on the money where they get their personal problem and the whole bringing up this child. And as a result, the Pikin got involved. And now the Pikin they suffer the consequences. They become a vicious cycle because himself and mama don't go through the similar thing. Instead they go through and your Pikin go end up go through. And we don't take the body them, whether we don't want them, we'll shift her to the Pikin them to be responsible. Instead that we forget them to be responsible. So Pikin not the Pikin again, Pikin don't become adult at an early age because of the way we treat them. We not focus on the issues. And the problem they don't go get now they focus on.
I was feeling teary, you know, in the midst of the humor, you know, tears that fall on the eyes as well. It's very touching. One of the small scenes where I want to pay attention to that our woman within the compound, where the Pikin they go through the trauma, where they watch and so like, you know, immediately they show say the consequences what we want for him, mama, and I need to so that humanity with all us. And that thing I want for things, I want for them. That thing for me, we all be company like we sister and salon, all us. For that come back. It's very important. We all watch for upside down fall will come. And if you need, when you watch for somebody down for you, say you need a wood. So now that small, that particular scene that I really speak to me, say this is the two picture of waiting I have in our country right now. Everybody wants to suicide company, you know, pulling down, pull her down.
They were well chosen. You know, you see the passion in what they do. Then the lesson I learned from the child trafficking from Auckland, where we people they bring Pikin come, say they can't get guidance. Where we bring a come, they can misuse them. That is really bad. Imagine that man that his sister Pikin, that he treats so, they never think for the repercussion, the blood, they never think to kill his sister Pikin. Because they kill him actually. Yeah, just for your own emotions then. So, but generally the film, we are the actions they really did. And so you've done well. Thank you.
Intriguing movie. Like, for me, the one I see is that the parents, the mother, she never had that relationship with her child. Like, she didn't have that mother and daughter relationship to talk to her, to get her a good upbringing. And then after that, not giving the child an opportunity to be listened to, to be heard. Like after she lost the money, they told her to go and find the money. She went out and vowed to peer pressure. So that is, if you don't will always fall to peer pressure, and that will be negative response for you.
Even from where I come, like the peer group, the influence most of the girls nowadays, the kind of friends and way they group that they mingle with, they contribute a lot, make some of the living go astray. So like another picture, say like the peer group also, woman or man get for a look, the kind of people that we living with.
We get a very big goal for playing at the beginning in life then. What we see now, the mommy and the Pikin not get that friendly relationship. One to
Can we have Henrietta Mbawa here, please? Ladies and gentlemen, people like Henrietta energize us. And can you come forward, please? Let's give her a big round of applause. Because people like her are taking the Sierra Leone movie industry to another level, a more meaningful level. When she launched Clipstown, we had the opportunity to call all the cliques in the ghettos, you know, legally called clients, and we went to Atlantic Hall, from Friends of the Dead, Grey Bush, Quack Tank, Black Flag, Blue Flag, Bloodline, Gaza, all over. We called all of them. And as they watched Clipstown, they saw themselves in the movie. She was laughing from where she sat. Hey, boy, so this now when they act so. You see, hey, Papi, look. Now we the 5050, and the 50s were all happy at the back. That indeed, they are really mirroring us. And at the end of the film, it ended on the note of law and justice and jail time. And then, before they left, especially the Friends of the Dead, they started saying, hey, man, they get for the code. When you see there's a really so now, and they act sweet. Man, they jail no phone you, man, they mapa kayaka, man, they get for take. And imagine Henrietta standing as a showbiz elegant lady, but she is able to go into the minds of people in ghettos. If you see Henrietta acting the part of the FSW, and we brought some of their women, and they were shouting, "Good, Papa is here." Yes, so, and then I tell the female sex workers, these men, you should not go and hustle and come and give them. And they said, "Mommy, we won't end." Then the men said, "Hey, Mommy, don't touch that part. Mommy, still business."
This evening, a round of applause for our host. Well, I let me celebrate one of the mentors then at this country. We don't do so much. You could have let me celebrate her. I'm entered today because I look up to a lot of people that really inspire me, you know. And dear boss lady, I mean, I've let people that celebrate you. This is one strong woman way I look up to so much at this country. We're so done inspired. You know, why you don't go to, you know, I don't go to that. This woman, and not just model Moku, the check the whole video, this one, I don't have to be like, the money I want to buy the in Bago, see, I also meet up and that competition, we have first get the bag, now you can pull the ball. But not just that, this woman don't inspire me and a lot of entertainers in this country. Now let me clap for her. Kioza, now let me clap for Kioza, exclusive Sierra Leone, 3Ts, me sisters and they are 3Ts, so now let me clap for me, the truth is and thing. And of course my dad is in the house, Mr. Jimmy B. Thank you very much for always supporting me. Miss Vano River Union, ladies and gentlemen, let us all go upstairs and have fun. Let's use this 20 minutes to dialogue. Let's talk, share numbers. Let's share our experience from this movie. As we wine and dine, let's talk. We use 30 minutes to do that. And go back home because they said Corona this alone. Then we are for social distancing. Thank you very much for coming. I'll reach out with the CD here. And we're
the girl make her just go crazy. The girl don't take my democracy. She's giving me democracy. There is so much matter of fine face. So baby girl do not act lazy. I'm the guy with the packale. So give me that something we gon' make her go chase you. So what about banana? Yes. Girl wanna do this my rapper papa. Girl wanna do this a rapper papa. I wanna play that a rapper papa. You rapper papa, say you rapper papa. What a bam bam, what a bam bam. Girl I wanna dance with your rapper papa. What a bam bam, what a bam bam. Girl I wanna do this a rapper papa. Give me bitter cola and you Heineken. If you no get Heineken, give me Pregagin. If you no to granny, come shake that thing. Take it up and down for me, girl, like a sweet 16. What a bam 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 bam. Girl, you do the thing, my girl, like a ganga. Girl, I wanna taste that just sweet, sweet, ganga. See this girl, just give me some. She wanna do it to me, alright. This girl is me, I just said I so. She wants to do the ram pam pam. Dori oh Dori, mama coulda taken me baby fight no. The girl do it to me online. She wants to do the ram pam pam pam.
They don't love you like I love you. Slow down, they don't love you like I love you. Back up, they don't love you like I love you. Slow down, they don't love you like I love you. Say nobody else can love you like me. Say nobody else can love you like me. Remember, say nobody else can love you like me. Say nobody else can love you like me. Remember, money no one else but them one that ship on me waist. The money no one check but them one check it on me waist. One more time when me I just the flow in the place. Even the rest of them I check for fake pass in the place. Yeah. So we do there, we do there, we do there. We do there, we do there, we do there.
Yeah. See this girl just give me sign. She wanna do it to me alright. This girl make me I just say right yo. She wants to do the ram pa pam pam. Dori oh Dori, mama coulda taken me baby fight no. The girl do it to me online. She wants to do the ram pa pam. Yo, me money for bell. No 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 no. Yo, me money for bell. No 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 I just go crazy. The girl don't take my democracy. She's giving me democracy.